hello, welcome to this video. I'm going to go over how to solve a quadratic by factorising when a, the coefficient of x squared, does not equal 1. So what we have here is we have the coefficient of x squared is 3. And so what we need to do, this is a little trick, you multiply that by the number term. That's your first stage. So that is 3 times 2, which equals 6. This is our new number term. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to make 6, but they had to add to make positive 5. Let's go through the options. 1 times 6, that equals 6, but added, that does not equal 5. So that's no good. Let's try 2 times 3. And there we have it. 2 times 3 is 6, and they add to make positive 5. Now you go and open up a pair of brackets and start each bracket with 3x. Don't worry, you will come back to simplify that, and then put your numbers in. You have positive 2 and a positive 3. Now, like I said, we're going to simplify. So the first bracket, 3 and 2, we can't simplify that. The second bracket, here there is a common factor of 3 in both terms. Divide both terms by 3, and that gives us 3x plus 2, and the new bracket, 3x divided by 3, that's x plus 3 divided by 3 is 1. We will write that equals 0. So what we've done here is we've written this out in bracket terms. Now we should go ahead and prove that. So you can use the FOIL method or the grid method, whatever you prefer. I use the FOIL method. So 3x times x gives us 3x squared. 3x times 1 gives us plus 3x. 2 times x plus 2x, and then 2 times 1, positive 2, still all equals 0. Collect your like terms. 3x plus 2x, that's 5x, plus 2, all equals 0. So now, what is the solution? Well, if we take the original double bracket back down, and that was 3x plus 2, x plus 1 equals 0. So our solutions, well, the first one we can see that we have a 3 in front of the x. So what we need to do with that is we need to bring it down and take it underneath to make a fraction. So our first solution, x equals 2/3, but it's a negative 2/3. And second bracket, we can see there's a positive 1, so that means x equals negative 1. Let's try another one. Try this one. 6x squared minus 11x minus 2 equals 0. If you want to go ahead and try that, pause the video here. Okay, so we multiply the 6 by that number term. That was step 1. 6 multiplied by negative 2 gave us negative 12. So that's our new number term. We need two numbers. They multiply to make negative 12, and they have to add to make negative 11. Two numbers could be 1 times 12. Well, we know we're dealing with a positive and a negative, so if the 1 was positive, the 12 was negative, yes, they add to make negative 11. So go back over here, open up a pair of brackets. Again, put 6x. In the beginning of both brackets. What you're doing is you're putting that in the beginning of both brackets without the squared. Then we put our numbers in. 1 was a positive 1, and then we had a negative 12. We'd go ahead and look and see if we can simplify. The first bracket, we can't simplify that. There's no common factor. And here, the second bracket, we can. That one divides by 6, and so does that. Then rewrite it with a simplified one. The first one stayed the same. In the second bracket, 6 divided by 6 is 1. That gives us x. Minus 12 divided by 6 is minus 2. Now we put that equal to 0 because I've just rewritten that in the bracketed form. If you need to go ahead and multiply that out to prove it, do. But I know that that's okay. We haven't got to do that again. And so now what we're going to look at is what are our solutions? Well, remember this 6 here, that's going to come down and become the denominator here. So that means x equals, and that was a positive 6, That's a negative 6 there. And x equals 2, because that was a negative 2, so it's a positive 2. And then the last one, 12x squared minus 21x minus 6 equals 0. This one's slightly different. There's a stage we need to do before. I don't know if you spotted it, but it's a good habit to get into. If you look at this quadratic, you can see that 12, 21 and 6 all share a common factor. So we're going to simplify the quadratic first. So we're going to divide that by 3, this by 3, and this by 3. Now, whatever we do to one side of the equation, we must do to the other. And so the other side of the equation, we should divide that by 3. We know that 0 divided by 3 is 0, but it's still a good habit to get into. Make sure that you know you are applying the same rule to both sides of the equation. Now we can rewrite this equation. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so that's 4x squared. 21 divided by 3 is 7, so that's minus 7x. And minus 6 divided by 3 is minus 2, equals 0 divided by 3 is still 0. So this is our new quadratic that we're working with. And we still have the same problem. We've still got the coefficient of x squared is greater than 1. So we multiply the 4 by the negative 2. That's 4 multiplied by negative 2. That equals negative 8. So that's our new number term. And we want two numbers that multiply to make negative 8. But they need to add to make negative 7. And we know if we look at this sign here, we know that one is a positive and one is a negative. And we should be able to see that that is a 1 and an 8. It's going to be a negative. There's our two numbers. Open up your double brackets again. 4x in the beginning. Then our two numbers, one was a positive 1 and the other a negative 8. Then we're going to see if we can simplify. We can't simplify the first bracket. The second one, they both have a common factor of 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1 and minus 8 divided by 4 would give us minus 2. And then rewrite your brackets. First one, 4x plus 1, that stayed the same. Second bracket, x minus 2. Now it equals 0, because again, all we've done is rewritten this in bracket terms. We can go ahead and solve. I'm going to bring this down. That goes under there. And so our answer, x equals negative a quarter. And x equals 2. And that should be it. Thank you so much for watching. There we are. I hope that all helps. I would say watch the video through again. Perhaps pause at each question. Try and do them again and again. And I'll get some more videos up soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.